A movie like this perplexes a man like myself. It encompasses all that I am, all that I'm being, in order to figure out and untangle this wild web of chains dangling over this onion. It wasn't really that bad of a Benoit impression, all things considered. I've never really tried to do that impression up till now. Um, but so yeah, I just came out of Glass Onion Knives Out story. Should give my quick thoughts on what I thought of the original. I own the original. I love the original. I am a sucker for a good. There's several types of movies that I am a sucker for that I think are just really good watch type movies that you can just rewatch and repeat. And my God, the lighting in here is atrocious right now against this background. Because it's night right now, and the only light I've got is. Oh, actually, hold on 1 second. We're getting another light on in here. Let's do something. I don't edit these videos. All right, is that better? Is that better? Yeah, I like that a little bit. I at least like the lighting here a little bit better. Probably one of these days I will get a better quality camera at least. I'm still using my webcam for a lot of this stuff. I do have a video camera Mark got for me for Christmas a couple of years back. I have not really gotten into using it, but I really should at some point. I need a SIM card, and it's the easiest thing in the world to get, but I haven't gotten around to doing it. At any rate, I digress. So no, I love the first Knives Out. I'm a sucker for things like a good heist. A good heist movie is so fun to watch, but a good mystery movie too. That's why I like the original. Well, the Kenneth Branagh Murder on the Orient Express. Hell, Death on an Isle I thought was pretty solid, and Knives Out was great. And Netflix bought the rights to this movie and want to make a movie series and want to make a series out of it. And this is now the sequel follow-up. My guess is that all the other films in this franchise, assuming they make more, which at least review-wise, this film is, I think, doing very well. I actually haven't checked the reviews yet. Let's actually check the reviews right now. As far as I know, it's positive reviews. Oh yeah, 93% out of what I'm guessing is at least 100 reviews. Let's find out. But 93% out of, 196 reviews. Even if it goes up or down a percent, that's still, you're good. You're golden. If they make more of these movies, I'm going to assume it's going to be under the moniker of a Knives Out story. But I've gone nearly 3 minutes and not even talked about the movie. The movie's great. I love the movie. I've heard some people say it's even better than the original Knives Out. That's a tough one. I mean, I only just got out of it not more than an hour ago. Not even. Half hour ago, honestly. So, I can't say I think it's better than the original right now. I can say that because it's a different cast of characters, the mystery is still a mystery. And there's a mystery within a mystery, actually. And it's just it's just a fun time to watch. It is debatable whether or not this is better than the first movie, I think. I mean, and this is no slight against either one of them. These are just similar to feel, but drastically different in their, not even drastically, but very different in their storytelling, ultimately. So, honestly, I think it's just a Sophie's choice of which one you prefer more. If I were to be just going out there right now, I would say that I probably like the first one just a little more. I think I liked how the cast went off each other a bit more in the first one than this one, and that is no slight against any of the cast members in this movie going off against each other. I think I just like the rapport a little bit better in the original, or in the first movie. But what is the movie? What is the movie actually about? Again, without going into any real spoilers. Benoit Blanc is basically invited onto this billionaire's island, who's Ed Norton. Ed Norton is the billionaire. And basically it's him and this guy's group of friends, but there's some history with the friends, and it's not all sunshine and rainbows, and ultimately someone ends up dying. And the question is, who did it and why? And that's the bare bones of any story like this. The problem with explaining this movie or trying to review this movie is there's so much in the movie that I can't really go into because it's pivotal to the plot figuring it out. Because they also backtrack at one point in the story to reveal how certain events played out. and reveal what was really kind of going on behind the scenes in some regards. So I can't, it's really hard to kind of talk about a movie like this. I will say this: all the performances are fantastic. Loved Daniel Craig as always. He's just this is one of those characters he just could tell he loves playing. Edward Norton is this enjoyably, what's the better, but he's an enjoyable kind of dick. He's a bit of a dick. Um, all of them are kind of influencers or, as he says, disruptors to the system for some degree. Um, Catherine Hahn is a governor. Dave Bautista is an online influencer. Uh, what is this? Leslie Odom Jr. is a scientist that works for under him. Kate Hudson is Bertie J, which, by the way, I think is the best performance I've seen out of Kate Hudson. Um, Jessica Henwick is her assistant. Madeline Klein plays Whiskey, who was the girlfriend to Dave Bautista. And like they're all great. If I were to pick out one character besides Daniel Craig who really stuck out to me, and then there's Janelle Monáe who played Andy Brand. But yeah, there's one character or like actor or performer that really stood out to me that I'm like I just want to watch more of them. I mean, they're all great, and it might have been Dave Bautista's character because you're like, he's just like douchebag, like macho machismo, always carrying a gun with him and talking about men's rights or manhood. It's so stupid, but he's so fun to watch because I love Dave Bautista. But I love Catherine Hahn too, and I'm only vaguely familiar with like Leslie Odom Jr. I've only just recently seen stuff with him, but I really like him. Jessica Henwick, always love seeing her show up and stuff. Janelle Monáe, she was great. She was enjoyable. Yeah, Hudson was good. I'm not a big Hudson fan, but she was good. Like I just enjoy everything going on in this movie, and there are buttloads of cameos if you know how to look for them. There are buttloads of cameos. So I won't say, is there any cameo I could actually give away without it really being okay? I won't say how or why, and I was wondering if it if it was who I thought was in there. But there's a scene with involving a Skype call, and that's all I'm gonna say. And I'm like, is that what? But yeah. Uh, so look, it's this is one of those movies that's really hard to review because you just don't want to give anything away. I love how it's paced. I love the mystery behind it. If you really stop and think, though, you're like, your first guess is probably right, but not for the reason you think, and how they get there ultimately is the fun of it. Like in the first one, I think a lot of people probably could have figured out that it was Ransom, Luke Evans' character, that did it if they were paying attention well enough. It's how and people in the movie piece it together. Here, you can probably figure out the culprit of the murder um, if you're thinking on it for a bit, but it's the whole how does everyone else come to that conclusion? That's the fun part. I will also say this: it might not end the way you think, but it does end in a satisfying conclusion. So yeah, there is that. Otherwise, I mean, like all the acting's great. These actors still play great off each other. The dialogue is witty. There's a great line in there about, what was it? Something. I mean, I'm gonna paraphrase the line. I won't say the context, but it's a great line. It's like, I believe it's like it's dangerous to confuse saying what's on your mind for speaking the truth. Something along those lines. Yeah. Um, so yeah. Ultimately, I just had a blast with this movie. It is a fun movie. It's definitely just like when Knives Out comes out right around Thanksgiving. I have no idea right now how well it's going to do at the box office. It is Netflix's first foray into the uh, actual theater going experience. Let's see. It came out yesterday technically. but I'm not seeing it on Box Office Mojo at the moment. Now maybe that will change. Maybe I mean maybe it'll change. Well, I'm sure when we get to the actuals this weekend, we'll actually see something pop up. Until then though, that's my thoughts on the movie. I deeply enjoyed it. It's a beautiful shot. They got a great location. Acting's great. The mystery's a cool mystery. It does throw you for a loop now and then. I just had a blast with it. So if you enjoyed the first Knives Out, if you enjoy a good murder mystery, you're definitely going to enjoy this. So I highly recommend it. But let me know if you've seen it. What did you think? Or if you haven't seen it, are you going to go see it? Let me know in the comments below. But until then, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you folks for the next one.